Welcome back to our food recap series. Today, let me introduce you to Japan's most famous street food called soba, a thin Japanese noodle made from buckwheat. They start the process by making soup from a cloth bag that is filled with the ingredients and boiled in water. Keep on removing the foam that is formed during this process. Filter the water and leave the bag on the container. They make the flour out of buckwheat and then sift the flour with the help of machines. Well, technology really saves on human energy. Then they mix the wheat flour together, knead it to make a dough, roll it with their hands, and use a roller over and over again. This process looks satisfying, but only he knows the hard work. Now that the circular dough has turned into a rectangular one, they fold it while sprinkling wheat flour on it so that it doesn't stick and look like a folded handkerchief. They spread the flour all over them and cut them precisely, giving them the shape of the noodles. They don't use the noodle cutting machine because the texture they desire cannot be achieved. Next, they crack 4 eggs and whisk them, and the omelet is prepared. It looks delicious. Now they are about to make sushi, for which they need nori. Nori is edible seaweed paper, and they stuff it with green tea noodles spread over nori, an omelet, green onion, pork, mushrooms, and any other source of protein, and roll it with makisu, a tool to roll sushi. The rice is cooked, so they pack it in masu. Masu is a wooden box that is used to measure rice in Japan. It's time to fetch some protein. They chop the chicken and the fish into small pieces, one by one. The noodles are boiled. And on the other hand, they are making the soup, which contains onions and the meatballs. Soup is poured, garnished, and served in a bowl with noodles. Soba noodles are ready to serve the customer. Now it's time to make some dishes from the rice. They pour the soup that they made at the beginning into the rice box to enhance the taste. Then they add fish, corn, potatoes, peas, and lemon. Garnish it with coriander, steam cook it for a few minutes, and then add boba. Our dish is ready to be served. They have a variety of dishes using the same ingredients in different ways. Our soba masters are the best to quench your hunger. If you ever visit Japan, make sure to try this tasty, mouth-watering soba. I hope you are hungry just like me, and I am not suffering alone. Now, let's go and see how a 130-year-old restaurant prepares udon noodles. The process starts with konbu. Konbu is a seaweed. It is 85% water, 6% protein, and 5% carbohydrates. And the best part is that it has negligible fat. They place konbu in a pot filled with water and simmer for an hour, or until it becomes soft. Chopped green onions are washed, and they measure the rice with masu, which has been used for years in Japan to measure the rice. Now they rinse the rice and then leave it to be cooked. It's time to devein shrimp. Well, it's not important to do so, but it's about preference now that they have cut them and cut off their tail. Next, they boil mushrooms, adding their preferred amount of salt and flavors. I think it tastes good. And here they are, making a seaweed soup called miso, which is very common in Japan. As the rice is cooked, they put it into the servings in which they will serve it. Wheat flour is strained, and they add water very carefully. After measuring, they add 1 egg and knead the flour into the dough. But it's very hard to be kneaded by hand, so they first use the machine and then use their feet. Yes, you heard that right, but in a very hygienic way. And then chop it into the shape of noodles. It's time to boil our udon noodles. They wash them gently and separate them per serving. In each serving, they add rice, soup, and pork mushrooms, and cook each serving for a few minutes. Then they crack an egg on top of it and garnish it with green onions, coriander, and beni shoga, which is a red ginger pickle. Now yummy udon noodles are ready to be served, and they have many varieties of udon noodles. Let's hop into the next restaurant and see how they make curry egg udon noodles. Firstly, they put the konbu in the water and start to prepare the soup by adding ginger garlic paste to the water and box curry roux, which is used to make curry. Curry roux is made from butter flour and a combination of spices like cumin, cardamom, clove, pepper, turmeric, or Japanese curry powder. Leave it for a few minutes. Now they are making noodles, to which they add salt and soy sauce and leave it on medium heat. After a few minutes, they put the container in ice water to cool it down. On the other hand, they are preparing to cook the rice with konbu on top. They pan fry the chicken for a few minutes, then add noodles and cook them together. Now they sift the flour and use the kneader machine to get the dough. But the dough is very hard, so they use their feet to knead it. Then they measure it and cut it out. This process is time-consuming, but they have the stock for the future. They roll the dough with the help of a machine, pack it in bags, and keep it in the refrigerator. They can make noodles from it when the customers arrive, and the green tea is ready too. It's time to start the day and serve the customer. They roll the dough over and over with the help of a machine to get the desired texture. And now the noodles are made, boiled, strained, washed, and separated as per the serving. They then make an omelet, and the curry egg udon is ready to be served with the garnishing of green onions. Well, now let me take you to the process of the most loved street fruit gelato ice cream shop. Gelato means frozen in Italian, and the unique aspect of gelato is that it doesn't require egg yolks to manufacture ice cream. The oranges are first given a pleasant bath before being cut in half and having the top and bottom of the fruit removed. They then use an electric juicer to prepare orange juice one orange at a time, which is a laborious operation. After adding 2 milliliters of water, they thoroughly blend lemon powder, oil, sugar, and other flavors into the beaker with the help of a frother. Then they add the freshly made orange juice and grind everything together. The mixture is then passed through a massive centrifuge machine to produce cream. The cream is ready. They allow the cream to chill for a few hours. Here, they produce tomato, spinach, milk cream, and many other flavors in the same manner. Now, their ice cream shop is prepared to captivate onlookers, including you. Let's see how they make Italian gelato. Firstly, they are making fragola ice cream. Since ice cream begins and ends with sugar, they pour a lot of sugar, 1 kilogram of strawberries, and 1 liter of water into the container, and the texture is smooth with a frother. The mixture is then passed through a massive centrifuge to produce cream, and the finished product is called fragola ice cream, which in Italian means strawberries. Italian strawberry gelato is ready. Next is riso bianco ice cream. To make this, they add some sugar, boiling water, and cooked white rice to a skillet. They then heat the mixture on a medium flame while stirring constantly for a while. Then produce the cream with the help of a centrifuge machine. Riso bianco ice cream is ready, which obviously means white rice in Italian. They also produce mango, lemon, chocolate, and raspberry gelato ice cream in the same manner. Ice cream roll, also known as stir-fried ice cream, is an incredible frozen dessert that is now extremely popular all over the world. It's time to make an Oreo ice cream roll. For this, they take 1 Oreo biscuit, pour 1 part of condensed milk, and 2 parts of heavy cream. After chopping and mixing them together for a few minutes, they spread the mixture to create the thinnest layer possible. Well, this procedure feels really rewarding. They artificially roll it after it has been frozen until it is not sticky. In the same manner, they have varieties of ice cream rolls made from banana, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, pista, and blackberries in different combinations. What do you think? Please let us know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. And if you'd like to watch more food recaps, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified about when our next video is posted. Bon appetit!